Hello everyone. Welcome to the class of Building Construction Organization and Management. In this class, we will learn network planning techniques. Before class, I assigned you a short quiz. Which of the following diagrams represents network planning? Only 70% of you selected the correct answer A. It suggests that some students need to deepen their understanding of network planning. In this class, we will study the basic concepts of network planning. First, we will learn about the origin and development of network planning, to align with the progress of production and the advancement of modern technology. Since the mid-1950s, a series of new planning management methods expressed in the forms of network diagram have emerged, such as the critical path method, referred to as CPM, program evaluation and review technique, referred to as PERT, etc., because these methods are all based on the network. They are known as network scheduling techniques. At present, it is widely used across the world in industries including manufacturing, construction, research, and transportation. It has become a widely adopted modern management science method in developed countries. China began relatively early in the research and application of network scheduling techniques. In 1965, Professor Hua Luogong, a renowned mathematician, took the lead in introducing and applying these new scheduling management methods in China's production management. After China's reform and opening up, network scheduling techniques have also experienced rapid development in China's engineering and construction sector, especially in the construction of large and medium-sized engineering projects. Network scheduling techniques have proven highly effective in the rational allocation of resources, as well as in the preparation, optimization, and control of project schedules. So what exactly is network planning? Network planning is a method of scheduling that expresses task components, their order, and timing through network diagrams. Therefore, when proposing a network schedule for a specific project, it is essential to first create a network diagram, then followed by calculating and identifying the critical activities and the critical path in the schedule. The plan is then continuously refined to develop the optimal solution, which is subsequently implemented. Finally, effective control and supervision must be exercised throughout the execution process. Let's now look at a simple example to see how a construction project can be represented using a network plan. A renovation project involves 3 floors, with 3 main construction activities: ceiling installation, wall and ceiling painting, and wooden floor installation. For each floor, ceiling installation is scheduled to take 3 weeks. Wall and ceiling painting take 2 weeks. And wooden floor installation take 1 week to complete. The project network plan is illustrated in the following diagram. Now, let's talk about the characteristics of network planning. Network planning. First, it can comprehensively and clearly reflect the interdependencies and constraints among all tasks. Second, it allows for the calculation of various time parameters, through which the critical path can be identified, helping project managers focus on the key constraints and priorities. Third, project planning can be developed, calculated, optimized, and adjusted with the aid of computers. Network planning is generally categorized into 3 types: activity on arrow, AOA, network plan, activity on note, AON network plan, and time-scaled network diagrams. These are different forms of network planning representations. So what types of network planning are there? This classification depends on different criteria. First, based on the differences in diagramming symbols. Network planning can be divided into activity on arrow, AOA, network plan, and activity on node, AON network plan. In an activity on arrow, AOA network, each task is shown as an arrow, and the start and end of the activity are marked by numbered nodes. In an AON, activity on node diagram, nodes represent activities and are labeled with numbers, while arrows are used to indicate the logical relationships between the activities. Second, according to the number of final objectives in the network diagram. Network plans can be classified into single objective type and multi-objective type. A single objective network plan refers to a network in which there is only one terminal node, representing a single final goal. For example, the construction schedule of a building that has only one duration target represents a single objective network plan. A multi-objective network plan refers to a network that contains more than one terminal node, each representing an independent final objective. Third, according to the time expression method, network plans can be classified into time-scaled type and non-time-scaled type. Let's first discuss the time-scaled network plan. A time-scaled network plan is drawn using a time axis as the scale. In the diagram, the horizontal projection of each activity line is proportional to its duration. For example, the schedule for our project, the Xinxiang Staff Center, is represented a network diagram using time-scaled network plan. A non-time-scaled network plan is drawn without using a time axis. In such diagrams, the length of activity arrows does not correspond to task duration, can be adjusted freely as needed. We mainly covered three key concepts in this class: the origin and development of network planning, as well as the concepts and characteristics of network planning, and classifications of network planning. First, the origin and development of network scheduling. In the mid-1950s, the United States saw the emergence of the Critical Path Method, CPM, and the Program Evaluation and Review Technique, PERT. China began relatively early in the research and application of network scheduling techniques. In 1965, Professor Hua Luogong, a renowned mathematician, took the lead in introducing and applying in China's production management. After China's reform and opening up, network scheduling has developed rapidly in China. Second, the concept and characteristics of network planning. Network planning allows for the calculation of various time parameters. The critical path can be identified through calculation. Project planning can be developed, calculated, optimized, and adjusted with the aid of computers. Network planning integrates all related tasks in the construction process into an organized and cohesive whole. Third, the classification of network planning can be classified based on diagramming symbols, the number of objectives, and the method of time expression. How to draw a network diagram. We will study it in next class. I've assigned an assignment for this class on Chaoxing app. Everyone can scan this QR code. Enter the course to do the assignment. Please make sure to finish the assignment after class. I also hope that in your future studies, you will be able to apply this concept flexibly and develop a thorough understanding of it. This is today's class. Goodbye everyone.